What's up, ham radio fans? Look at this thing. It looks so cool, but anyway, I wish the radio underneath it was a 101.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hear anything like details about it, but
I really like having this thing sitting here.
was it the semi truck or something? Yeah, it had what LNG.
Honestly,
like our we have a
this makes a good stand for this radio.
Marbury truck that runs that stuff. Liquefied natural gas. I guess
I don't know, it's hard for me to want to use the 3000 when I have this radio. In fact, I haven't even really been using my favorite Icom. I have been using the 450 portable, but anyway. I'm over here trying to figure out FreeCAD so that I can like take files and manipulate them. But anyway, we're printing a baby Yoda currently. Here's some stuff I ended up printing. I got two of these. I don't know what I did with the green one. Oh, it's over here. I'll show you what it is. So I think these are like 20% infill. If I turn the flash on, you might be able to see it through.
I think the front rims, they're all bent up. Really blew up.
There's like a crisscross pattern inside. It's not showing up on the camera. There's a crisscross pattern in here. So it feels kind of hollow, you know, for the size of it. You're like, oh, that's not heavy enough. But they seem pretty strong. Anyway, that's what this is wrapped on. I don't know how many feet of this is, quite a bit. But it's nice because now I just can, like, you know, have this in the box. And it's not as tangled up anymore. So that's cool. These do take, like, I don't know, man. They take a minute to print. Like, a while. And I printed this thing. I was thinking it was going to be bigger. So apparently, the idea is you put two ballons over here. You have your antenna and your counterpoise and a BNC connector, and it's an end-fed half wave. I don't know what the RW means. That took a while to print. I printed this actually at really high speed, like 150, which I've been printing things at 50, and I've discovered that this printer actually likes to print fast. Here's something I was like thinking it was also bigger and ended up being pretty small. This actually has an antenna connector in the center. So what this is supposed to be is like maybe like a really tiny QRP dipole. So anyway, but I'm gonna charge my battery eventually. The hell are these?
Like you were saying with the gas, turn the gas on, blew the pilot light out on the stove and let it go and let it go and let it go till it blew up. And my front window, I was like I said, a block and a half, almost 2 blocks away, and my front window busted out. Well, hopefully then people in it were dead already. The gas probably killed them. If not, yeah, they were dead after. Yeah, I don't remember the story. It was a good, maybe, I don't know, almost 20 years ago. Man, my grandparents bought the house in San Mateo. The first house they bought had cement steps going up to it. 3 or 4 of them, something like that. And they rented that house out to a guy. He was welding in the house. Wasn't any wood left on the property. The only thing left was the metal banister and the steps. Damn, no fireplace? No. Another good one is when the hot water heater explodes. Yeah. I've heard they'll go through sealing.
Oh boy.
So, Phil, you say you have a caddy? Calico. Oh, okay, I got the wrong one. Yeah, I got it. We've got 2 Calicos.
Anyway, I like to listen to these guys on here. I jump in every once in a while. A little more laid back than the other group of guys, and a little friendlier maybe. Unfortunately, just like everything else, like we get jammers that just come out of nowhere and pop in for some damn reason. They just want to screw with people.
We got 2 of them right now, so 2 of the 3 right now, I should say. So anyway, yep.
So I'm just there thinking, I'm like, oh, we've got a ham fest coming up this weekend, which is like 3 days, 2 days, whatever the hell, Saturday. And I'm like, oh man, do I want to go or not? And I really don't know if I want to actually go, because, you know, I can't afford to have any more radios than what I've already got. And I don't have too much money to spend on anything anyways. So I'd be wasting probably about $60 to $80 if I drive my truck down there. You know, I've got a car I can take, but it only gets a few miles per gallon better than the diesel.
I wasn't aware of that.
So pretty much got my hands full, you know, I mean, which is a good thing, you know. I'm not complaining.
That's why they don't want to eat those, huh? I wonder where the tank went on that truck.
I guess I'm going to have to make some little tiny end-fed, like, portable QRP antennas, because I've been using that one, and I'm absolutely amazed at how well that thing works. And that's pretty much, for me, easier to put that thing up than it is for me to get out the MP1 antenna. Because the MP1, I've got to fiddle around with it, you know. And then to tune it, I mean, I can let the radio tune it instead, but basically, I don't know. You know, I need to go out there tomorrow with the Nano VNA and see what that end-fed thingy looks like on the thing. And just sweep the bands. But I just want, I mean, like this with a QRP-ish or 100 watt, you know, 100 watt Ballon, you know, on it. So like, basically, this one here would be perfect. I just want something I can just take with me. And
campfire for miles away, and every now and then a big one would go off.
I just want, you know, to be able to get out and set up my radio, take the other end of the wire, and just attach it to a tree like 4 feet in the air, and I know it's going to work because it works in my backyard. Why wouldn't it work somewhere else, especially up in the mountains?
But it's a pretty fair distance away from the house. See, the small ones don't have a relief, you know, for pressure, just for when you fill it. But a big one, once it starts getting hot in the fire, it's got a blow-off relief, and then it'll just let the gas out over the top. And it doesn't make a flame for the first couple of feet, depending on how full it is. It only burns above when it finally mixes with air. And so it slowly uses up the gas. But when it gets to the very bottom and it goes inside the flame goes inside the tank, that makes a pretty good pop. Yeah, that's one of the first things that they taught us was how to fight a propane tank fire. And a few years later, a 500-gallon tank There's an auto accident, and the car sheared the top off of a 500-gallon tank there alongside Highway 1 there in Big Sur. And the gas was actually flowing down the river bottom, and I had to send radio messages out for everybody to clear out of that river bottom, make sure that nobody was smoking while they were doing it. Yeah, I saw a picture of the rain we had, in January, got 8 inches of a big propane tank going down the creek.
Oh, that one, we got 13, yeah, last month, yeah. All this, I still remember 1969 and all the caskets coming out of cemeteries up in Sunland, going down the Tahunga Wash, all the roads that got washed out. This isn't new, man. 69 was the worst one I remember.
Yeah, well, there's a movie made about that, wasn't there?
Well, there you go. That was 2 years before the Sylmar earthquake.
Yeah, we had, I was kind of young, I don't remember exactly, but there was like 6-foot walls of mud coming down Montecito, down San Pedro and stuff. And then we had the big repeat like 6 years ago, but anyway, yeah, not to be learned the first time.
Now, was that the one where that little town got washed away?
Yeah, our town.
Well, I'm thinking of one we were talking about one night. Can't think of the name of it. That town built right on the hill. It killed a bunch of people and took all the houses.
Oh, La Conchita.
That's it, La Conchita. That's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, those houses are still under all the mud. Mars had a couple friends that got lost in that one.
You told me, I remember.
It was just the anniversary recently of that Sylmar quake. It wasn't too long ago, a few weeks ago or something like that.
February 9th, 1971, 6:01 a.m. I was there.
I was there too, man. I was in Chino.
I was in Sun Valley, right down the street from the Sylmar, and the same here. I was here, right down the street from Northridge, when that one happened in '94. I've had enough of those.
Yeah, I was pretty young. I lived in Chino with my parents, and the windows were rattling and rolling, and that was the first earthquake I ever dealt with, you know. I didn't know what was up.
Yeah, I'm going to take the dog out. I'll be back in a minute. WP6G, do you want?
Okay, Phil. So, did I ask you? I probably did, Alex. The one in Malibu, did you feel that?
In Ojai? Oh, Malibu? No, I didn't feel that one.
Oh, okay. It was pretty good here, but that's only 10 miles from us, right over the hill.
Yeah, it's kind of far away, but we felt the one in Ojai.
Yeah, I didn't feel that one.
Okay, we're on the base now. KM6HCC.
Oh, hello, Anthony.
Hey, Jim.
We must have stopped for dinner on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
How did you work tonight?
Actually, no, we're right down the street from your house.
Oh, you were here in Woodland Hills.
Yeah, I had to drive up there. I left here at 3, picked up the wife, and had some dinner, and came back up this way. And she had to work up there all week again, so I didn't have to do anything on Monday, so I said, I'll just drive you there so we could talk, because we weren't going to be around all week, and then pick her up. So, yeah, we were down there. It was a long day for me, though, but anyway, to go up there and turn right back around, so we broke it up a little bit and stopped for dinner.
All right. So I stopped by. Let's see, Oxnard and Topanga area would probably be, I want to say, 3-4 miles from me.
Yeah, I was at Canoga Avenue.
That's a block the other side of Topanga.
Yep, that's where it was at.
Like it's down around Oxford, the Motor Center in there.
See, what is it, 5950 Canoga, I think? It's just right off the freeway there, on the right-hand side. And I guess it's a, commercial area, but there's a Starbucks right there. So, anyways, that's where I had to run. When I got there, I stopped right there because she's in the parking lot waiting for her to come down. Ran inside to use the bathroom. Long drive and too much water.
There you go. So anyway, you're loud tonight here.
Oh yeah, you're booming in over here. So anyways, good to be back in the shack.
And I had to take this girl I was dating up to San Francisco, and she was picking up a car, and then I drove back. That's a few miles up to San Francisco and back in one day.
Well, I did the same thing, but I went with my buddy, one of my really good friends, when we must have been about 16 or 17 years old. We went up there, and then I picked up his girlfriend and came back. But when we got there, we got a flat tire, so we had to wait for the shop to open to change our tire and or buy a tire. And then I was supposed to be back at work by noon, and there's no way I was gonna get back by noon. So yeah, I remember the police highway patrol pulled me over on the way up there, and me and my buddy were taking turns driving. So I got pulled over, and he's like, I got you doing 80-some miles an hour. And I said, officer, I don't think that's correct. He goes, why? This car doesn't go 80-some miles an hour.
What was it?
It was my brother's old beat-up Corolla.
Yeah, they'll go 80.
Downhill.
Yeah, well, better Volkswagen.
That is true.
It depends on whether you're going downhill in a Volkswagen.
Yeah, I know. We could go back there to the 60s, my God. 15 miles an hour up to Sherwin-Gray and 87 down.
She was only at 36 horsepower.
I know.
You should have fired up the engine, Anthony, and so listen, this is only a 4-cylinder and it's only running on 3. So I don't know about 80. What hill did you catch this on?
Exactly.
And remember to run a string out to one of the spark plug wires so you could pull it off when you're getting pulled over.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a fast Volkswagen, man. I had a Baja Bug, but it would go about 85, 90 top, but you couldn't handle it anymore. Once it got that fast, it started floating.
Well, I'm not saying there weren't a lot of fast Volkswagens, but I always got behind the hippie buses.
Yeah, mine, I built it. I had Bernie Bergman build me an engine down in San Diego, and I went down, picked it up, brought it, put it in, and it was a bad mamma jamma, man. That sucker, it was a street racing, drag racing bug engine.
Yeah, there's a Volkswagen bus for sale over here.
But there you go, Alex. Those are worth bucks.
Last one I had, I sold for $500.
Wow.
What do they want for that one down there, Anthony?
I didn't pull over to look at it. I should go take a look at it. It's on one of the main streets over here. And I just saw it this week, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, so I need to check that out. It looks pretty cool, but I started thinking about it, going, I don't know if I have any room for it.
I don't know. The ones with a bunch of windows, I think they go for about $1,000 a window or more.
A lot more than that.
Yeah, I know.
If there's a camper style with the little stove and the little sink in there and stuff, it's worth a ton. Hey, I talked my friend Brent over there, and he's got 2 of those, San Dune VWs, the one you cut the chassis and then make it shorter. VWs. What do you call those?
No.
The one that Steve McQueen had in that one movie. Oh, I'm farting on the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know. But a buddy of mine back in early 2000s or early, even probably before that, we used to play in LA a lot. Every Tuesday night, Tuesday through Saturday, this band I was playing, we were playing, this one I was playing a lot when I was a lot younger. And I'm talking like, I think the most I played was 26 gigs in a month, but I was averaging about 22. So the drummer had a Volkswagen bus, and during break we'd hang out in there, and he had curtains on it and everything. It was a couch. It was a cool hangout, man. It was yellow. It was but not like bright yellow, not like mustard yellow. It was like more orangey yellow or something. I can't remember it. That was a long time ago, but the good old days.
Yeah, Dan, it's a Myers Manx.
What is that?
A Myers Manx?
Myers Manx?
Manx, yeah.
I never even heard of that.
Oh man, you're a VW guy, you don't know what a Myers Manx is?
No, I'm not a VW guy. I built like 3 Baja bucks back in the late 80s, early 90s. But that's all. Just bugs.
I can't picture Steve McQueen driving a Volkswagen anyway.
I was thinking Mustang.
In the Crown Affair, yeah, when he's down the beach, doing all kinds of sand dune stuff.
Oh.
Oh, that's the Thomas Crown Affair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I remember that. Yeah, I never messed around with Volkswagen too much. The ones I've owned quite a few, but it was just, me working on them, and the Bajas I used to use a lot out here in the desert. I just off-roaded some for fun, and the only one I ever had that was worth a whole lot was the one that I got that was a split window in the back. It was the old window that was split.
I'll see if I can find a picture of this one they had at the battery place here. Kind of a funky looking one.
Yeah, my first one was really low. It was real popular back in the days to just lower them right down on the ground, real low. I could push a beer can around. If you laid the can down, I could make it roll. I could push it around the parking lot and the front end of my bug. And after a while, that got old, and we started lifting them up, raising them up, and just tearing the fenders off and putting brand new metal stuff on there, parts, pieces on the outside, and just popping up the suspension as best as we could. You know what probably got me from working on, or kept me from working on them all my life in the mid-60s? When I was working in the gas stations, they'd come in for an oil change, and well, anyway, of course you got to pull the metal screen down and everything to do it properly, so to speak. So that was a pain in the ass, and then I think I put a belt on 2 of them. The stupid shims in the generator, the threads were usually stripped. You put a shim in, you crank it, and you just, that ain't tight enough. You take one out, and I thought, you know what? No wonder the Kraus lost.
That's pretty simple, though. I just dropped the plug. I don't change the screen because I change oil a lot.
I'm not talking about that. It's that stupid belt setup they had.
Yeah, well, you get used to it after a while. I just had to put new actual toys since they were worn out. And like I say, you put in the stem if you want it belt looser, and take out a stem if you want the belt tighter.
Yep. I mean, it's a lot easier to loosen a half-inch headed 5/16 bolt and just put a screwdriver in there and pull the alternator a half-inch.
Yeah, but some belts are way in there. You got to take off other stuff or other belts.
Oh, that's true. I know.
Oh no, not belts. No, I hate taking off belts.
The only thing an old Volkswagen bug had was a generator anyway. That's all I needed a belt for.
I was being facetious, Jimmy Dean.
I know.
It runs the cooling in the fan, too.
I can't. I can't take the belts off. My back hurts.
Yeah. Well, plus, that's another thing. Plus, the damn hood, trunk lid, whatever you want to call it, goes up just enough where you can't get your head in there to see anything without, having the damn thing all over your neck.
You gotta get down on your knees behind a Volkswagen to work on it. What are the neighbors gonna think?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it also drives the blower,
Up to at least chest level.
drives the blower, too.
Yeah, it was on the other, right, the other front of the engine, whatever, towards the front of the car.
Yeah, the alternator generator is attached to the blower.
It was doing something to the back of that Volkswagen.
I don't know, I've been behind one many times. The worst part is you got exhaust coming straight back, then you're work on the car while it's running and the exhaust is going right into you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. Try to adjust the carburetor, yeah. So at least with the stuff I worked on, the engine's in the front and the tailpipe's at the back. Yep, it's blowing right in your face, you're right.
Well, I don't know about your face, but it's blowing right on you. I don't know, John's got that 67 bug I'd like to have.
I don't, it ain't mine.
Yeah, those are getting pricey too.
Buy this yellow one, Alex. Clean it up a little bit. No, I got enough for it. But I like to rectify that 67 bug. Too much money.
One of the guys up here had a Volkswagen that he took the back seat out of, and he put over the back seat had nothing but batteries in it, and a 25 horse electric motor he put in that silly thing, and that plug would burn rubber. He couldn't get all the way up here from the Bay Area with a single charge. So he had one of those little trailers that you could hang on your garage wall, little dinky ass trailer. Anyway, and he had a generator on that thing, and he'd run the generator, and when he'd stop for lunch or anything, it would be charging the batteries, and he'd make it up here on the single charge. It was all homemade. This is probably 17, 18 years ago now.
It's a homemade hybrid.
A homemade, well, it was all electric, except for the gas generator on the trailer.
That makes it kind of a hybrid.
Yep, you're right.
Well, they got the new three-wheel trailer with a generator on it now for some electric cars. You can throw behind you.
Just give me some gas and an internal combustion engine. I don't care if it's got 25 horse or anything, just enough to get home on. Otherwise, do the 100 and some horse engine and hybrid and somehow make it charge the battery while you're driving with the gas engine. Some of them do that, I think.
I knew a guy that was driving down the road, 101 here. He was also pulling the trailer. He had a big generator in the back going. He had his TL922 hooked to that, and his rig was up front. He just ran coax back to it. He put out a hell of a signal.
Oh, yeah.
Howdy, Dennis.
Oh,
KB60, said
yeah,
W.
the F-150 hybrid I've got at work, it runs like that. You never have to charge it. It's the gas part of the engine charges the battery. See, now that I could go for. That's fine.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to do something like that, but just strictly electric, that's a pipe dream.
And it's not working out for the manufacturers very well either.
It's a dictator plan.
Yes, exactly.
We want to limit how far you can go. We want to limit everything you
The
do.
environmental movement has become a political movement, and they're a Marxist political movement.
And it resembles a bowel movement.
Well, I don't know about that. There's nothing wrong with conservation and wanting clean air and clean water, but extremists always take it too far.
What do you mean, like taxes?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're taxed on everything, and if you don't do what they want, you get taxed even more.
Well, the way I think you're describing with the electric is, no, take away what you have and you're going to use this whether you like it or not. That's getting close to communist.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it certainly precludes the free market and the right to say no. But you got to remember also that driving on the road is a privilege. Just ask them.
No, I know. Having a license, yeah, driving is a privilege, I heard, I know. We learned that as kids.
Oh, by the way, Alex, there's, trying to adjust my biz while I'm talking. Over at Clear Lake Oaks, there's like a 62 bug sitting there, sky blue. Not bad shape either.
Are they worth anything?
Oh, I don't think they are, but, if a person wanted a bug, this guy uses it just to hold his sign out there for his shop. He has a little antique shop.
Yeah, I was outside there, Dennis. What UW is it?
I think it's right around a 62. I had a 62, and it looked like that.
It is near Clear Lake Oaks.
Yeah, it's right in Clear Lake Oaks.
Yeah, like a 67 or 69 or 71. Where it's 12 volts.
Oh no, I'd want one of those with a gas tank up front.
And the suicide valve. They all have gas tanks in the front.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, no gas gauge. You just ran out of gas. And then you switched over.
Yeah, they had a reserve switch, yes.
Well, those last bugs that came out, they had an engine in front.
Oh, yeah, the later ones, yeah, water cool and everything.
I got one sitting in the yard I got for my dog. Diesel, just sitting here.
Well, my oldest son's first car was a Rabbit pickup.
Yeah, that was
Near Clear Lake Oaks.
what's that?
Are you near Clear Lake Oaks?
I'm over at Fort Bragg.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Healdsburg.
Oh, well, that's kind of the ritzy part of town now.
Yeah, this was back in the 80s. I used to drill and help them drill up at the Geyser geothermal project.
Oh, I bought a couple of their old VHF rigs.
No,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to run the big air compressors that were based in Healdsburg. Did the air drilling up there.
Who you talking to, Dennis?
So,
Call sign is Kilo Tango Zero Delta Delta.
I hear him down here.
Well, I'm sorry, I doubled with you. What was the call again?
Kilo Tango Zero Delta Delta.
Are you in advance?
I'm an extra.
Well, that's an advance call.
It's a vanity call. It's got my name in it. My name is Todd, Tango Oscar Delta Delta.
K-Todd.
Gee, yesterday it's Anthony.
K-Todd.
Yeah, there's Anthony. Yeah, it's KT0DD. I talked to Alex and Anthony last night.
Yeah, a couple nights ago.
Yeah, a couple nights ago.
Okay, where are you at now?
I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Whoa.
Pretty good signal from Colorado.
Hey, I'll catch you gentlemen a little bit later. WB6GGY.
Okay, Phil, 7-2.
Down off real good.
I didn't mean to break up the party here. I just heard Clear Lake Oaks. I know that whole area. I used to live in Healdsburg, and then I lived over Lakeport and all around the geysers when I was working up there.
It's
Well,
Heldsburg.
at least you didn't live in the town.
I'm like, what is Healdsburg?
No, I lived in, actually lived in Kelsey.
My friend is from
just outside of
Healdsburg.
Lakeport.
Grand Junction used to be my stop on the way to Detroit. My first stop from Los Angeles for 15 of the 30 years I drove back. So I always liked Grand Junction.
Yeah, it's getting bigger. It's not as small as it used to be.
I can imagine. Last time I went through there would have been 2001.
Well, you'll be happy to know Clear Lake Oaks has not grown a bit.
Well, that's kind of nice for the Northern California area. Healdsburg turned into a millionaire, billionaire town, didn't it?
Well, actually, the snow continues to grow.
Well, it was kind of known back around the late 80s, early 90s. You wanted to invest in land, Healdsburg was the place to go. Buy up land around there. It'll be worth a fortune in just a few years. A lot of people made a lot of money.
Yeah, a bunch of my friends that used to live there packed up West California and moved to Texas.
Sounds smart.
Well, my kid moved to Idaho last year.
Boy, a lot of people's kids and a lot of parents have moved to Idaho. Idaho don't like it either.
I know. A lot of retired cops and firefighters have moved there too. More over by Coeur d'Alene, I think. But he's near Boise.
A lot of Oregonians don't like it either, but now it's more Californians than Oregon.
Texas don't like it either.
There's nothing they can do. Californians moving in their states.
Well, the more Californians that leave, the better.
Yeah, it's just the wrong ones leaving.
The smart one.
Yeah, the smart ones, I like that.
They're replacing them with homeless people.
Yeah, too many homeless and illegal immigrants coming in.
California, I seen on the news here a few months ago, has a third of all homeless in the U.S. A third.
Surprised it's not 2/3.
Well, look how beautiful it is.
How long is it going to stay with all that going on?
Well, if you coddle them and take care of them and give them every benefit in the world, and give them money and everything else, then of course they're going to all come here.
Oh, it wouldn't if it was 20 degrees in the winter. They come here for the weather.
Exactly.
California Supreme Court here a couple of years ago ruled that the state is required to provide housing to the homeless.
And
right now. But they're getting ready to turn all that around.
Hey, John? John, you there?
Oh, yeah.
You were saying about the weather. Back in the 70s, when I had my service station, this girl comes in. You know, they used to have those apartment, everybody coming in, you know, looking for apartments or whatever. Didn't mean not from out of state or anything, just apartments. For rent magazines and those paper racks for free. She's looking through them, pulled up to get gas, and I waited on her, and she goes, "Good Lord, what are all these apartments? They're crazy rent out here." She came from back east in February, you know, like the middle of winter. And it was like 80 degrees and the sun's shining. I said, "What do you think you're paying for? Look at the weather." She goes, "Yeah, I didn't think it was worth that much." Well, you want to go back home? But you're right, it's the weather. This is more than $6 to solve the problem, so it's cost the taxpayer county.
Hey, there's your radar again out.
I hear it right now. That's even Piper here. It just started. Okay.
Oh, I saw one of those dogs like you have, Alex, on YouTube tonight. And the thing was just wallowing in this black, repungent, soupy mud. Just wallowing in it.
And loving it.
And loving it.
It's funny to watch them in the snow. Now they have to hop in the snow like that. Cut it out! I don't know what's with it tonight. But boy, she sure gets the needle to come up on the audio, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. 30 over. You're 20 over. When does she go to the snow?
Oh, I just seen pictures of it. Or in tall, cut it out. Tall green grass. It's funny to watch them, you know, because their legs are so short.
Yeah.
Well, cats stand up to look around in a field like that. So do kids.
Well, dogs aren't as smart as cats and coons.
Those small ones will do that.
Anybody read Proposition 1? Do what? Have you read Proposition 1 on the ballot? You're a little muffly. What about Proposition 1? Proposition 1 is $6 billion to pay for all the homeless. Oh. Yeah, I know. Is that part of the mental health stuff too? Yeah, they're going to fix everything. The taxpayer pays for it all. We voted about 5 of those in over the last 2 decades, and ain't a damn one of them done anything they're supposed to. My thing is, unless they're backwording the propositions, is no on everything.
You know, in California here, how somebody comes up with an initiative, you know, through signatures and all that, the way they do that. Putting on our ballots, none of the above.
Well,
They just did that.
okay. And another thing, Dennis, is if it's going to go to those particular purposes, they can't have any pork and go anywhere else. The lottery was supposed to be for the schools. The homeless shelter thing, we voted here in L.A. at least 3 times over the years, decades. And what the hell's going on? They want more money again. Where's it going?
It definitely needs some mental health places.
The bureaucracy itself sucks up most of that money.
That's it. Problem is, Alex, it doesn't go to that. Everybody's stealing out of it.
Didn't California at one time have a surplus here a few years ago, and now they're like $65 million in debt?
Well, they spent it.
It's billion, and it's going to be, the retirement funds for state workers is over $1 trillion in deficit, not in debt, but in deficit.
Yeah, deficit, that's the word. yeah, and billion is what I meant, not million, sorry.
For all those people that work for the city, the county, and all that.
Yep. But that's not where most of the money goes. It goes into the offices. It's the bureaucracy itself.
Yep. It's not sustainable the way it's going. The more people that move out, it's all mathematics. Anybody who knows mathematics can see it. Unfortunately, too many people nowadays, nobody knows mathematics. Just look at the specs on the schools.
Well, that state surplus that we had here just a few, what was it, 3-4 years ago? If that long.
Hell,
Even Newsom caught a lot of grief about, and some other politicians, they had it all planned out where that money was going instead of saving it.
Well, if I had all the property tax money from this street, I'd be a millionaire.
you'd be a billionaire. Hell, I'm already $6 grand a year, and I bought this place in '86. One is coming up, March 6 $6 billion. I know, I saw it. I know what you're talking about now. I know which one.
Yeah, I just voted tonight, and I know.
I haven't looked at my ballot yet.
All I know is, except for that gas thing they screwed us on by backwards wording it somehow, you had to vote yes to not get it. All the rest of them is just no, 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 no. But anything they're proposing that has, that's for bonds, I think, for the one you're talking about. It doesn't matter. Either way, if it goes for bonds or not, they steal the money.
Yeah, and then they turn around, they outlaw plastic straws.
Yeah, you know, in bags.
It's all right, the bag people got plenty of money.
Well, because of COVID, they went back to them, yeah.
Well, it ain't good for the environment.
No, they're not. I get it. Well, it depends where you dump them. The problem is the people.
I want to make the governor, vehicles provided for him, make it a smart car, a pink one.
Yeah, with an electric engine. Motor, I mean.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anything else, if he wants, he'll have to do that out of his own pocket. That goes for the state legislature. Make it where those things stand right out.
Should charge him rent for living in the governor's mansion.
And by the way, make them all wear a pink tie when they're in office.
I don't think he lives in the governor's mansion, does he? Newsom?
Doesn't he live in the Bay Area, actually?
Yeah, I think so.
He might be breathing, and he might be pooping, but he's not living.
He was the first one that got caught breaking all the rules of the COVID lockdown in that expensive restaurant with his family and party, whatever he did.
Well, he has the same moral character and on par with Adam Schiff.
Oh, yeah, there's another one.
I'm definitely gonna vote for Adam.
Adam even got busted. They all lied about hell, they caused the Russian hoax. And then they censured him, and now, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I don't like Steve Garvey, but it doesn't matter. You gotta vote against shithead.
Yeah, did you watch the debate of all four of them?
Yeah, $50. We're gonna give him $50 now. $50 now. Come on, you're gonna get rich voting for me.
Did you watch the debate?
Part of it.
Yeah, well. I'll tell you one thing, that Garvey guy doesn't know anything.
Well, the problem is Adam Schiff knows too much. He's a flaky politician that steals and lies.
What about that black woman?
She's another one.
That's the one that's going to give you $50 an hour. Go get $50 an hour minimum wage.
No, she doesn't really believe that. She was just trying to garner her attention so the news cameras would be focused on her and not her competitors. That's all that was.
The other one's Katie Porter, and she's been around a while. I know Garvey's not a politician, but Adam Schiff has proven what he is over the years.
Yeah, I like his commercials. He's being portrayed as a saint.
when he's just human scum.
Have you read any of the memes on social media that he's, bashing Garvey? There's 2,000 comments and about 1,900 of them are, what a good commercial for Garvey.
I don't watch any of that crap.
Yeah, well,
I'm just glad Schiff doesn't belong to the Republicans. I can barely stand the smell of them. Oh, that's getting bad.
yeah, well,
Yes?
yeah. Biden did all the crime that he was accused of doing, and they can't try him because he's mentally incapable of going to trial.
I've had enough of this.
Nuclear codes. Yeah.
Politicians in general are just, what a bunch of lying they don't lie, they mislead. But they're hypocrites all the way across the board. Every one of them.
I agree with that.
So why bother even thinking about it or talking about it? I guess you can. It's your option, but you're not going to learn anything from it.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, you're learning plenty from it. Everybody's unanimous about it.
Well, I didn't mean to get everybody all turned on politics by talking about Healdsburg, California. Sorry about that.
Well, don't worry, it's not going to change for a while until it changes.
Oh, don't worry, you're getting a bill.
Boy, I'm starting to get really tired of all those flyers that are coming in the mail now from different politicians.
Yeah.
They almost burn up from traveling so fast, almost light speed, into the trash can.
You can't burn them in your fireplace. They don't burn, and you can't flush them down the toilet. They're worthless.
So they go and recycle. They don't even make it into the house. They go immediately into the recycle bin.
There you go. Epoxy on.
Yeah. GB well, there you go. Shiny paper. Like photo paper for the printer, that stuff with a shiny coat on one side.
Yeah, but those ads are even thicker.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that paper, when you put it in the fire and it burns up, it's still there. It'll actually smother a fire.
What I'm saying. They forced the high school kids to read that stuff so they won't masturbate.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. By the what?
Yeah, I don't know how they recycle that stuff. I got you guys talking about it night after night. That's the recycle they're looking for.
I think it's the most unhealthy stuff is like putting dryer sheets in your dryer and underarm deodorant and air fresheners, all those chemicals that they're pushing. It's just insane. Well, now there are some people we want to wear deodorant.
Well, I just want everyone to stay away.
I don't know. All I know is to me that Governor Newsom looks like a slick used car salesman.
Yet he's never sold an electric car.
I was just thinking, yeah, if he was a used car salesman, it'd be Yugos. Yeah, they made a four-door version of that. It's called with the We All Go. I know a guy moved down when he got divorced from his wife. The judge made him buy a car for his ex-wife, so she'd have transportation. He bought her a Yugo. Lasted about 4,500 miles. And then it was in the shop. Okay, get that turbo diesel bug going.
Well, what makes a triple diesel?
Turbo.
Oh, turbo.
Easy, Alex, just throw a rag as a fan belt.
Oh, God. I heard someone doing something even stupider. They took off the carburetor, turned the key on to do something, and had an electronic fuel pump. And the whole car burned up.
I remember when I worked up to Geysers, I drove a Volkswagen Rabbit diesel.